Welcome back to Bloomers in the Garden. So this week, in our segment, What's Bugging You? Segment, we're going to talk about bagworms.
Oh,
all right, let's make this really clear. Bagworms are not tent caterpillars. Tent caterpillars are those things that you see along the highway that look like a massive web, and they all have these caterpillars. And that is not a bagworm. That is a tent caterpillar.
Okay.
We're talking about bagworms that they're those things that when you get to the fall, all of a sudden looks like your plant has all cones on it. Oh, look, the plant grew cones. No, it didn't.
Camouflage.
A bagworm is right now out there, hatched eggs in those little pouches, those little cones that look so nice on my plant. They're not cones. What they are is 1,000 eggs that are going to hatch and eat your plant. So what you have to do is you have to spray them now, because once they're in that nice little cone, that they are protected from any type of spray. You can't spray if they're in there, they're sealed in, and you can spray all day long because there's 1,000 eggs waiting to hatch in springtime.
Look out.
So what's happening now, and that we're going to put up on our YouTube channel, we're going to put up a video that shows what a bagworm looks like as it's building its little enclosure, where it's the top of the insect sticks out and it crawls around and it gathers all of that foliage around it. And it almost looks like a snail in a weird kind of way. And it carries it with it until it is ready to lay eggs and is gone. So first thing, they have to be sprayed now. They have to be sprayed now. You can use something like spinosad, is Captain Jack's by Bonide. That's spinosad. Spinosad is becoming more popular with people recognizing the actual active ingredient. Synthetic pyrethrin. Synthetic pyrethrin. Julio, explain it, please.
Pyrethrin is comes from the chrysanthemum, but it's they use the chemical forms of.
Right. So what happened is it's a man-made version of the natural pyrethrin, where pyrethrins, if you put it in the sunlight, it completely, it starts breaking down immediately, and it only lasts for a day. Where the man-made version has a longer residual, and it is very safe, and look, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to put down the synthetic pyrethrin, like, for instance, 8 is one, and then what's our rule? Thrin. If you see thrin on the end of it, that means it's a synthetic pyrethroid, and that's something that is got green light for almost everything from vegetables. But make sure you're reading the label, everybody. But again, you have to spray for those things now. It's when you see those basically bags, or what people, when we get folks in and they say, I have these cones that all of a sudden grew all over my plant. They blame the plant. The plant and it's not the plant, it's the insect. And that they have to be pulled off in the fall if you have them and you see them, because they're filled with masses of eggs. Gotta spray it now. You can only get it now because that's when the insects are visible and you'll actually will hit them. You got to do it now. You won't see them because they're camouflaged. But yeah, you have to look really close. And that you have to do it now. So this is the time. If you're wondering, now.
NOW.
Right. All right. We'll be right back in the garden right after this.